I've just done some of the morning chores and I thought I would show you a bit of an update of what we're up to. G'day there, I'm Dana from Pewakaka Valley Homestead and I've just done some of our chores and I thought I would come and show you our goats and let you know what's up with them. So this is our buck Arnie and he is in rut at the moment, and I don't know if you have met a goat in rut before, but they are nasty. They must have some massive hormone surge at this time of year. He is dirty, he is gross, he's peeing all over his face. Look at that brown on his nose. His nose is usually pure white. And he's super aggressive. And he makes that really bizarre noise constantly. If you've seen some of our previous videos, you'll remember Arnie from some of them. He's usually so gentle, so kind, and so clean. At the moment he stinks so badly, and he has peed his makeup all over his face. Everybody's too scared to go in the paddock with them. The only way we will get down to open the gate from locking them up at night time is to distract him up here with some grain, which most of the others are too scared to share with him. They all just kind of stand back and let him be aggressive and crazy. Now, we have kept goats for many years, and our personal experience is that most male goats seem to do this at the end of summer, heading into autumn, fall, and they just kind of, well, it's rutting season. They become really aggressive, really noisy, and hopefully do what they need to do so that we get some babies in the springtime. So I'm hoping that this isn't just a maturity thing and that he's going to stay like this. I'm hoping that it'll all settle down in a month or two and he will stop peeing all over his face and that he will stop being so nasty again. Now, the other thing you might remember is we were having trouble with our baby goats. We had stillbirths, we've lost quite a few of them, just failure to thrive. One of them was born, he was massive when he was born and he got stuck and he got his tongue was stuck out because his mother kindly birthed him overnight. I came down at 6 a.m. and found him stuck like that. We tube fed him and all sorts of things to try and get him through. In the end, he stupidly aspirated on some of the feed is all we can think of. But anyway, we've just had no end of disaster. And so finally I took one of the baby goats. I mean, we've been talking to the vet all the way through, but they just didn't have they hadn't really put two and two together. And I think we just lucked out and got a really good vet. And took one of the baby goats, and she was kind of chubby, and she had this big growth in her neck, and she was just standing there shivering, which as soon as she said it's an iodine deficiency and she's got a goiter, I was like, duh, of course she does. And I was like, how did I not think of that? So New Zealand is one of those places that we have really low iodine in our soil, and obviously our place here, it's just a bit of a chronic issue. So everybody here has had some iodine shots, and little one spot is doing so much better. She's a normal sized goat, she's full of energy, she's lost all that random chub that she had, her throat's all in normal size again now. And her and Miss Miracle, if you remember Miss Miracle, she is the one that disappeared off into the bush and didn't come back. We just presumed she'd died, and then her mother brought her back a couple of days later. So both of those girls are doing really, really well. They're jumping and skipping and doing all the things that baby goats should be doing. So if you're wondering why your male goat has become stinky and gross and aggressive, chances are he's heading into the rut, and just be wary of him. Never, ever, ever turn your back on a male goat or male animal in general. Just don't do it. They have very hard heads, and at this time of year they can be really aggressive and knock you down, especially if they happen to have horns like ours do. This is Edith. She's the matron of the family. She's probably about 5 years old now, I think. And she's gentle, she's a Sanian. And I have milked her in the past, and if she has babies, I'll probably milk her too. And over the back there, you can see little Miss Miracle hiding down there with her mummy. So that's Big Spot. First time mother, she did a really good job. She went down and rescued her baby, sat with her for a couple of days until she was big enough to come up here, and brought her back. And then over the back there, this is one spot, and she's just doing so well. She's lost the big lump in her neck, she's growing, she's doing all the things she needs to be doing. And this is her mother, Little Spot, who's currently getting butted out the way. That's her mother, Little Spot. So Little Spot is Big Spot's little sister, and it just seemed very fitting that we named her baby with the one little spot on her knee, called her One Spot. Now we do actually raise these goats as a meat source for us. However, with the losses that we've had this year, it's been a bit rough, and we've got 2 wethers that'll probably end up in the freezer, but other than that, these ladies will get to live and hopefully reproduce and slowly build our herd. We would like about 30 goats. We've got 10 acres of bush out there that all needs eaten, so we think probably 30 goats is probably a good number for us to be running. And at the moment we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 adult does, 2 doelings, and the buck, and 2 wethers. So we're hoping to build this herd up a wee bit. Unfortunately for them, any boys that are born will be going for the freezer, but the girls will be keeping just to build our herd. So they are our 2 wethers over the back there. They're both boar cross. One's a feral cross with a boar, and the other one, and the one closest to us, he is a pure boar wether. And so this is River, she's pure boar. Our buck, obviously, Arnie, he's pure boar. Little Spot is a boar boar Nubian cross, and so is Big Spot. They have the same mother and the same father. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have, hit the like button, consider subscribing to our channel. We bring you videos twice a week on growing and preserving your own food. We'll catch you in the next one.